Scene. The library. Enter Lord Tresham, hastily. Tresham. This way. In, Gerard, quick. As Gerard enters, Tresham secures the door. Now speak. Or, wait, I'll bid you speak directly. Seats himself. Now repeat firmly and circumstantially the tale you just now told me. It eludes me, either I did not listen, or the half has gone away from me. How long have you lived here? Here in my house. Your father kept our woods before you? Gerard. As his father did, my lord. I have been eating, 60 years almost, your bread. Tresham. Yes, yes. You ever were of all the servants in my father's house, I know, the trusted one. You'll speak the truth. Gerard. I'll speak God's truth. Night after night. Tresham. Since when? Gerard. At least a month each midnight has some man access to Lady Mildred's chamber. Tresham. Tush, access, no wide words like access to me. Gerard. He runs along the woodside, crosses to the south, takes the left tree that ends the avenue. Tresham. The last great yew tree? Gerard. You might stand upon the main boughs like a platform. Then he. Tresham. Quick. Gerard. Climbs up, and, where they lessen at the top, I cannot see distinctly, but he throws, I think, for this I do not vouch, a line that reaches to the lady's casement. Tresham. Which he enters not. Gerard, some wretched fool dares pry into my sister's privacy. When such are young, it seems a precious thing to have approached, to merely have approached, got sight of the abode of her they set their frantic thoughts upon. Ha does not enter? Gerard? Gerard. There is a lamp that's full I the midst. Under a red square in the painted glass of Lady Mildred's. Tresham. Leave that name out. Well. That lamp? Gerard. Is moved at midnight higher up to one pane, a small dark blue pane. He waits for that among the boughs. At sight of that, I see him, plain as I see you, my lord, open the lady's casement, enter there. Tresham. And stay? Gerard. An hour, 2 hours. Tresham. And this you saw once, twice, quick. Gerard. 20 times. Tresham. And what brings you under the yew trees? Gerard. The first night I left my range so far, to track the stranger stag that broke the pale, I saw the man. Tresham. Yet sent no crossbow shaft through the marauder? Gerard. But he came, my lord, the first time he was seen, in a great moonlight, light as any day, from Lady Mildred's chamber. Tresham, after a pause. You have no cause, who could have cause to do my sister wrong? Gerard. Oh, my lord, only once, let me this once speak what is on my mind. Since first I noted all this, I've grown as if a fiery net plucked me this way and that, fire if I turned to her, fire if I turned to you, and fire if down I flung myself and strove to die. The lady could not have been 7 years old when I was trusted to conduct her safe through the deer herd to stroke the snow-white fawn I brought to eat bread from her tiny hand within a month. She ever had a smile to greet me with, she, if it could undo what's done, to lop each limb from off this trunk. All that is foolish talk, not fit for you, I mean, I could not speak and bring her hurt for heaven's compelling. But when I was fixed to hold my peace, each morsel of your food eaten beneath your roof, my birthplace too, choked me. I wish I had grown mad in doubts what it behoved me do. This morn it seemed either I must confess to you or die. Now it is done, I seem the vilest worm that crawls, to have betrayed my lady. Tresham. No, no, Gerard. Gerard. Let me go. Tresham. A man, you say, what man? Young? Not a vulgar hind? What dress? Gerard. A slouched hat and a large dark foreign cloak wraps his whole form, even his face is hid, but I should judge him young, no hind, be sure. Tresham. Why? Gerard. He is ever armed, his sword projects beneath the cloak. Tresham. Gerard, I will not say no word, no breath of this. Gerard. Thanks, my lord. Goes. Tresham paces the room. After a pause. Oh, thoughts absurd, as with some monstrous fact which, when ill thoughts beset us, seems to give merciful God that made the sun and stars, the waters and the green delights of earth, the lie. I apprehend the monstrous fact, yet know the Maker of all worlds is good, and yield my reason up, inadequate to reconcile what yet I do behold, blasting my sense. There's cheerful day outside, this is my library, and this the chair my father used to sit in carelessly after his soldier fashion, while I stood between his knees to question him, and here Gerard our grey retainer, as he says, fed with our food, from sire to son, and age, has told a story, I am to believe. That Mildred, oh, no, no. Both tales are true, her pure cheek's story and the forester's. Would she, or could she, ere, much less, confound all guilts of treachery, of craft, of Heaven keep me within its hand, I will sit here until thoughts settle and I see my course. Avert, O God, only this woe from me. As he sinks his head between his arms on the table, Gendolen's voice is heard at the door. Lord Tresham. She knocks. Is Lord Tresham there? Tresham, hastily turning, pulls down the first book above him and opens it. Tresham. Come in. She enters. Ha, Gendolen, good morning. Gendolen. Nothing more? Tresham. What should I say more? Gendolen. Pleasant question. More? This more. Did I besiege poor Mildred's brain last night till close on morning with the Earl, whose worth did I asseverate till I am very fain to hope that. Thorold, what is all this? You are not well. Tresham. Who, I? You laugh at me. Gendolen. Has what I'm fain to hope arrived then? Does that huge tome show some blot in the Earl's scutcheon come no longer back than Arthur's time? Tresham. When left you Mildred's chamber? Gendolen. Oh, late enough, I told you. The main thing to ask is, how I left her chamber. Sure, content yourself, she'll grant this paragon of earls no such ungracious. Tresham. Send her here. Gendolen. Thorold? Tresham. I mean acquaint her, Gendolen, but mildly. Gendolen. Mildly? Tresham. Ah, you guessed aright. I am not well, there is no hiding it. But tell her I would see her at her leisure, that is, at once. Here in the library. The passage in that old Italian book we hunted for so long is found, found, and if I let it slip again, you see, that she must come and instantly. Gendolen. I'll die piecemeal, record that, if there have not gloomed some blot I the Scutcheon. Tresham. Go! Or, Gwendolen, be you at call, with Austin, if you choose, in the adjoining gallery. There go! Gwendolen goes. Another lesson to me. You might bid a child disguise his heart's sore, and conduct some sly investigation point by point with a smooth brow, as well as bid me catch the inquisitorial cleverness some praise. If you had told me yesterday, there's one you needs must circumvent and practice with, entrap by policies, if you would worm the truth out, and that one is Mildred. Their reasoning is thrown away on it. Prove she's unchaste, why, you may after prove that she's a poisoner, traitress, what you will. Or I can comprehend nots to say, or do, or think. Force on me but the first abomination, then outpour all plagues, and I shall ne'er make count of them. Enter Mildred. Mildred. What book is it I wanted, Thorold? Gwendolen thought you were pale, you are not pale. That book? That's Latin surely. Tresham. Mildred, here's a line, don't lean on me, I'll English it for you, love conquers all things. What love conquers them? What love should you esteem best love? Mildred. True love. Tresham. I mean, and should have said, whose love is best of all that love or that profess to love? Mildred. The list's so long, there's fathers, mothers, husbands. Tresham. Mildred, I do believe a brother's love for a soul sister must exceed them all. For see now, only see. There's no alloy of earth that creeps into the perfect gold of other loves, no gratitude to claim, you never gave her life, not even aught that keeps life, never tended her, instructed, enriched her, so, your love can claim no right o'er her save pure love's claim, that's what I call freedom from earthliness. You'll never hope to be such friends, for instance, she and you, as when you hunted cowslips in the woods, or played together in the meadow hay. Oh yes, with age, respect comes, and your worth is felt, there's growing sympathy of tastes, there's ripened friendship, there's confirmed esteem, much head these make against the newcomer. The startling apparition, the strange youth whom 1/2 hour's conversing with, or, say, mere gazing at, shall change, beyond all change the Sabbath ever sang about, your soul, her soul, that is, the sister's soul. With her 'twas winter yesterday, now, all is warmth, the green leaf springing in the turtle's voice, arise and come away. Come whither, far enough from the esteem, respect, and all the brother's somewhat insignificant array of rights. All which he knows before, has calculated on so long ago. I think such love, apart from yours and mine, contented with its little term of life, intending to retire betimes, aware how soon the background must be placed for it, I think, am sure, a brother's love exceeds all the world's love in its unworldliness. Mildred. What is this for? Tresham. This, Mildred, is it for? Or, no, I cannot go to it so soon. That's one of many points my haste left out each day, each hour throws forth its silk-slight film between the being tied to you by birth, and you, until those slender threads compose a web that shrouds her daily life of hopes and fears and fancies, all her life, from yours, so close you live and yet so far apart. And must I rend this web, tear up, break down the sweet and palpitating mystery that makes her sacred? You for you I mean, shall I speak, shall I not speak? Mildred. Speak. Tresham. I will. Is there a story any man could tell of you, you would conceal from me? I'll never think there's falsehood on that lip. Say there is no such story men could tell, and I'll believe you, though I disbelieve the world of better men than I, and women such as I suppose you. Speak. After a pause. Not speak? Explain then. Clear it up then. Move some of the miserable weight away that presses lower than the grave. Not speak? Some of the dead weight, Mildred. Ah, if I could bring myself to plainly make their charge against you. Must I, Mildred? Silent still? After a pause. Is there a gallant that has night by night admittance to your chamber? After a pause. Then, his name. Till now, I only had a thought for you, but now, his name. Mildred. Thorold, do you devise fit expiation for my guilt, if fit there be? 'Tis not to say that I'll endure and bless you, that my spirit yearns to purge her stains off in the fierce renewing fire, but do not plunge me into other guilt. Oh, guilt enough. I cannot tell his name. Tresham. Then judge yourself. How should I act? Pronounce. Mildred. Oh, Thorold, you must never tempt me thus. To die here in this chamber by that sword would seem like punishment, so should I glide, like an arch-cheat, into extremest bliss. 'Twere easily arranged for me, but you, what would become of you? Tresham. And what will now become of me? I'll hide your shame and mine from every eye. The dead must heave their hearts under the marble of our chapel floor, they cannot rise and blast you. You may wedge your paramour above our mother's tomb, our mother cannot move from 'neath your foot. We too will somehow wear this one day out, but with tomorrow hastens here, the Earl. The youth without suspicion. Face can come from heaven and heart from, whence proceed such hearts. I have dispatched last night at your command a missive bidding him present himself tomorrow here, thus much is said, the rest is understood as if 'twere written down, his suit finds favor in your eyes. Now dictate this morning's letter that shall countermand last night's, do dictate that. Mildred. But, Thorold, if I will receive him as I said? Tresham. The Earl? Mildred. I will receive him. Tresham, starting up. Ho there! Gwendolen. Gwendolen and Austin enter and, Austin, you are welcome, too. Look there. The woman there. Austin and Gwendolen. How? Mildred? Tresham. Mildred once. Now the receiver night by night, when sleep blesses the inmates of her father's house, I say, the soft sly wanton that receives her guilt's accomplice neath this roof which holds you, Gwendolen, you, Austin, and has held 1,000 Treshams, never one like her. No lighter of the signal lamp her quick foul breath near quenches in hot eagerness to mix with breath as foul. No loosener o' the lattice, practiced in the stealthy tread, the low voice and the noiseless come and go. Not one composer of the bacchants mean into what you thought Mildred's, in a word. Know her. Gwendolen. Oh, Mildred, look to me, at least. Thorold, she's dead, I'd say, but that she stands rigid as stone and whiter. Tresham. You have heard. Gwendolen. Too much. You must proceed no further. Mildred. Yes, proceed. All's truth. Go from me. Tresham. All is truth, she tells you. Well, you know, or ought to know, all this I would forgive in her. I'd con each precept the harsh world enjoins, I'd take our ancestors' stern verdicts one by one, I'd bind myself before then to exact the prescribed vengeance, and one word of hers, the sight of her, the bare least memory of Mildred, my one sister, my heart's pride above all prides, my all in all so long, would scatter every trace of my resolve. What were it silently to waste away and see her waste away from this day forth, two scathed things with leisure to repent, and grow acquainted with the grave, and die tired out if not at peace, and be forgotten? It were not so impossible to bear. But this, that, fresh from last night's pledge renewed of love with the successful gallant there, she calmly bids me help her to entice, inveigle an unconscious trusting youth who thinks her all that's chaste and good and pure, invites me to betray him, who so fit as honor's self to cover shame's arch deed? that she'll receive Lord Mertown, her own phrase, this, who could bear? Why, you have heard of thieves, stabbers, the earth's disgrace, who yet have laughed. Talk not to me of torture, I'll betray no comrade I've pledged faith to. You have heard of wretched women, all but Mildred's, tied by wild illicit ties to Los El's value tempt them to forsake, and they'll reply gold, friends, repute, I left for him, I find in him, why should I leave him then, for gold, repute or friends? And you have felt your heart respond to such poor outcasts of the world as to so many friends, bad as you please, you felt they were God's men and women still, so, not to be disowned by you. But she that stands there, calmly gives her lover up as means to wed the earl that she may hide their intercourse the surelier, and, for this, I curse her to her face before you all. Shame hunt her from the earth. Then heaven do right to both. It hears me now, shall judge her then. As Mildred faints and falls, Tresham rushes out. Austen. Stay, Tresham, we'll accompany you. Gwendolen. We? What, and leave Mildred? We? Why, where's my place but by her side, and where yours but by mine? Mildred, one word. Only look at me, then. Austen. No, Gwendolen. I echo Thorold's voice. She is unworthy to behold. Gwendolen. Us too? If you spoke on reflection, and if I approved your speech, if you, to put the thing at lowest, you the soldier, bound to make the king's cause yours and fight for it, and throw regard to others of its right or wrong, if with a death-white woman you can help, let alone sister, let alone a Mildred, you left her, or if I, her cousin, friend this morning, playfellow but yesterday, who said, or thought at least 1,000 times, I'd serve you if I could, should now face round and say, ah, that's to only signify I'd serve you while you're fit to serve yourself, so long as 50 eyes await the turn of yours to forestall its yet half-formed wish, I'll proffer my assistance you'll not need, when every tongue is praising you, I'll join the praisers' chorus, when you're hemmed about with lives between you and detraction, lives to be laid down if a rude voice, rash eye, rough hand should violate the sacred ring their worship throws about you, then indeed, who'll stand up for you stout as I? If so we said, and so we did, not Mildred there would be unworthy to behold us both, but we should be unworthy, both of us, to be beheld by your meanest dog, which, if that sword were broken in your face before a crowd, that badge torn off your breast, and you cast out with hooting and contempt, would push his way through all the hooters, gain your side, go off with you and all your shame to the next ditch you choose to die in. Austen, do you love me? Here's Austen, Mildred, here's your brother says he does not believe half, no, nor half that, of all he heard. He says, look up and take his hand. Austen. Look up and take my hand, dear Mildred. Mildred. I was so young. Beside, I loved him, Thorold, and I had no mother, God forgot me, so, I fell. Gwendolen. Mildred. Mildred. Require no further. Did I dream that I could palliate what is done? All's true. Now, punish me. A woman takes my hand? Let go my hand. You do not know, I see. I thought that Thorold told you. Gwendolen. What is this? Where start you to? Mildred. Oh, Austen, loosen me. You heard the whole of it, your eyes were worse, in their surprise, than Thorold's. Oh, unless you stay to execute his sentence, loose my hand. Has Thorold gone, and are you here? Gwendolen. Here, Mildred, we two friends of yours will wait your bidding, be you silent, sleep or muse. Only, when you shall want your bidding done, how can we do it if we are not by? Here's Austen waiting patiently your will. One spirit to command, and one to love and to believe in it and do its best, poor as that is, to help it. Why, the world has been won many a time, its length and breadth, by just such a beginning. Mildred. I believe if once I threw my arms about your neck and sunk my head upon your breast, that I should weep again. Gwendolen. Let go her hand now, Austin. Wait for me. Pace the gallery and think on the world's seemings and realities, until I call you. Austin goes. Mildred. No, I cannot weep. No more tears from this brain, no sleep, no tears. Oh Gwendolen, I love you. Gwendolen. Yes, and love is a short word that says so very much. It says that you confide in me. Mildred. Confide. Gwendolen. Your lover's name, then. I've so much to learn, ere I can work in your behalf. Mildred. My friend, you know I cannot tell his name. Gwendolen. At least he is your lover? And you love him too? Mildred. Ah, do you ask me that? But I am fallen so low. Gwendolen. You love him still, then? Mildred. My sole prop against the guilt that crushes me. I say, each night ere I lie down, I was so young I had no mother, and I loved him so. And then God seems indulgent, and I dare trust him my soul in sleep. Gwendolen. How could you let us Ian talk to you about Lord Mertown then? Mildred. There is a cloud around me. Gwendolen. But you said you would receive his suit in spite of this? Mildred. I say there is a cloud. Gwendolen. No cloud to me. Lord Mertown and your lover are the same. Mildred. What maddest fancy? Gwendolen, calling aloud. Austin. Spare your pains, when I have got a truth, that truth I keep. Mildred. By all you love, sweet Gwendolen, forbear. Have I confided in you? Gwendolen. Just for this. Austin, oh, not to guess it at the first. But I did guess it, that is, I divined, felt by an instinct how it was. Why else should I pronounce you free from all that heap of sins which had been irredeemable? I felt they were not yours. What other way than this, not yours? The secret's wholly mine. Mildred. If you would see me die before his face. Gwendolen. I'd hold my peace. And if the Earl returns tonight? Mildred. Ah heaven, he's lost. Gwendolen. I thought so. Austin. Enter Austin. Oh, where have you been hiding? Austin. Thorold's gone, I know not how, across the meadowland. I watched him till I lost him in the skirts o' the beechwood. Gwendolen. Gone? All thwarts us. Mildred. Thorold too? Gwendolen. I have thought. First lead this Mildred to her room. Go on the other side, and then we'll seek your brother, and I'll tell you, by the way, the greatest comfort in the world. You said there was a clue to all. Remember, sweet, he said there was a clue. I hold it. Come.